What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another creative display of mine. Okay, so before we start, not too much on the nails. They were real cute, so I'll throw up a picture. But they got too long. I had to cut them off. So anyway, we're gonna have to work with what we got. For those that are new, hello, my name is Kaylin and I'm a digital artist here on YouTube. So today we're gonna be reimagining one of my Dress to Impress outfits. It's the game on Roblox. Y'all know what it is. But I'm gonna throw that up on the screen so y'all can see. Okay, I did my thing. Anyways, the theme was from another planet, and I thought she was too cute to draw, or not to draw, sorry. So I said, I'm gonna do it, but bigger than the bounds of the game. So I'm super excited to show y'all. So let's go, let's get started. Alright, so I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all before we even start this. This whole process was a mess, okay? So y'all see I have a new setup. I got some new hardware, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna use Photoshop. Mind you, this video is not sponsored by anything or any application that I mentioned, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna try using Photoshop. I'm currently in school and I'm gonna have to learn how to use it eventually, so I was like, let me just go ahead and try on my own. So that's what I did. Y'all, when I tell y'all the struggle was so bad, like literally, I'm gonna edit it all out because like, hello, what? But I was on the verge of crashing out. Like, at one point I was in tears. I'm not kidding. But it's a good app, so to say, because it can do so much. But anyways, I use this app called Easy Canvas to put what's shown on my desktop onto my computer. So although I'm drawing on my iPad, it's really just mirroring what's on my screen so that I can just use the hardware of my iPad to do what I need to do within the software. So I'm drawing, I'm sketching. Not even, bro, the shortcuts I needed to learn how to, what's that thing called, y'all? How to delete and undo and redo and all that. And the thing is that I'm not well versed in computers at all. Like, PC wise, I know how it works and how it goes together, but like, I'm talking about actually using a keyboard. That has never been my thing. Gaming, anything like that, I've always been an Xbox girl. Anyways, I'm trying to understand how Windows work in general because you have different workspaces. So that was a struggle on its own, but the sketching part was actually pretty fun. So I sketched out what I wanted to do, and then I wanted to start coloring. And when I started coloring, it wasn't gonna work at all. So I basically ended up having to move what I did in Photoshop over to Photoshop on my iPad, like the actual app on my iPad. And let me just say, Adobe, you gotta get that app together, bro. I'm talking the swatches, like, you know, like how you have like your little like hue, saturation, and value box, like the little box over there on the side where you can choose your color or whatever. I would go to color something on the canvas and it was not matching. Like the hex codes weren't matching, they weren't the same color at all, so that was throwing me off. Along with the app lacking like basic mechanisms and stuff like that. But to be fair, it is underdeveloped, but I mean, they gonna do their thing anyways. That's why you have Procreate. Hello. So I moved what I did in Photoshop over to Procreate to color and draw. I had to figure out how to take the line art from that because the file was too big, because I want high def things. So I couldn't do it layer by layer. So I ended up having to do it as a whole thing. So I did that, and then I figured out how to make that into a line art layer. And once I did that, I was able to start coloring. And I'll go way more in depth as the video goes on, but like, I just had to let y'all know, like, I was absolutely everywhere. And then you're also going to see that the lighting changes in this video because this was literally done over the span of like, not necessarily a week, but like 3 or 4 days ish, because I had to put it down and then come back, because like, when I tell y'all, I was about to tweak out. But I got through. I really like the results, and I'ma just go through and talk more about the process as the clips show. So yeah. Here you can see exactly what I was talking about. I know that color theory can be like deceiving sometimes, but this was not color theory. Like, that color is not saturated or nearly as saturated as that little circle or square is showing you. And then you're definitely gonna see the difference with this purple or this pink color right here. Like, that does not match, bro. And I was starting to realize that, but I still tried to shift and shade how I normally would. But pretty much after this clip, I was like, this is not gonna work. I'm gonna go ahead and hop over into Procreate. Now, I will say it wasn't with every color. With those more saturated colors, you couldn't really tell. So like the turquoise of the jewels, that turquoise color, you could not tell a difference between the little color window and that. But I know for sure this is not that dark color that I'm trying to color with. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like, it's just things like that. And earlier I mentioned how the app lacks like basic mechanisms and stuff like that. So in Procreate, you can bring up your brush cursor and it'll show you the shape of the brush that you're using and the exact size, so you know where you're coloring. But in Photoshop, you can't do that. You can see where you're touching on the screen, but it wasn't showing your brush cursor itself. But hopefully they'll get their app together and I'll be able to revisit it and use it the way that it was intended to be used. So now that I'm in Procreate, I've started to do the soft shading, or like the very first round of shading. This is just so that I can ultimately understand the form itself, not necessarily the light yet, but just the definition of the person and the softness of the figure.
Purchase your tracks today.
Usually I get a little frustrated when it comes to the hair, or not frustrated, but timid with my approach, because sometimes I have like this giant idea that I want to do, and I know how I want it to look, and I know what I'm looking for, and it's just whether or not I can actually produce that look. But this time I feel like I actually did okay. Not okay, I love this hair, especially on like the mini figure, or like the big person, like the full body over there. I like the little curls. I think I went back and added some more curls to the mane on the side, like the 3/4 quarter view, but I'm not too sure if I did that or not. But I was super excited to see the way that it turned out.
Purchase your tracks today.
I am so excited to tell y'all about how I rendered the skirt and the clothes. I wanted to do like a really saturated shadow to bring some vibrancy to the color or to the outfit. So I was like, okay, so I tried to find like a little brush to bring out some sparkles so that I could like some glitter, because it's like, she looks magical. Like, she looks, hold on, not magical, but she looks ethereal, and I really wanted to show that she is really that girl. When it comes to rendering jewelry, I like rich saturated colors, especially in golds, so I chose a strong orange to render out the gold. Also, something I realized is that I like to draw over my sketch or either erase parts of my sketch to create quote-unquote line art. It looks a lot more organic for my art style, and it adds a lot more detail. And one thing that I had to realize about art in itself is that you don't have to draw and fully flesh out every individual detail. Sometimes all you need is the idea of what's around it. Like, for instance, this necklace right here, those are scribbles, but because of the way that I rendered it, which you will see at the end, it looks like a genuine necklace. And actually thinking this way in my art has saved me a lot of time, because at one point I wouldn't spend enough time on my work, so it would look incomplete. But then there got to a point where I would spend too much time, to the extent where I wasn't finishing a piece because I would sit there too long on it, get tired of the idea, get bored. But with this in mind, I'm able to move on a lot quicker. I can zoom out, and if I understand what I'm trying to look at, that's good enough for me. And like, I'll go back and clean it up, of course, because you know, sometimes I like things that are cleaner, but it really just depends on the mood and how I feel.
Purchase your tracks today.
So I never had a step-by-step way that I wanted to render eyes. It's really just how I feel about that specific painting at the time, but I really think this might be the way. I used a lot of cold colors in the eyes because like when you take a step back, I want you to be like, wow, like there's a lot of range in there, even though I understand exactly what color she wants it to look like. This might be the hack. I feel like I won, but I might keep this. I really might keep this style. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. Also, let me know if you guys would like a tutorial. I'm not gonna lie, in this video I cut a lot of the footage out, so let me know if you guys would like me to go over that in detail and in depth, but super excited. Anyways, y'all, we are now wrapping up this video, and at the end I'll add the time lapse of the drawing. But I have to tell you, I made a lot of changes. Like, it looks completely different. Well, not completely different, but it looks different from the end of the recording, alright? But I would love to hear what you think about it, so please leave your comments in the comment box below. But yeah, y'all, this pretty much concludes the video. Thank you all so much for watching. And if you have a friend that loves to play Dress to Impress on Roblox, send this video to them. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you yourself enjoyed watching this video. Once again, thank you so much, and I hope you have a blessed day. Bye!